Welcome to Royal Pride. I'm Tim Rutherford here with Eastern Hancock Athletic Director Aaron Spalding. Welcome, Aaron.
Great to be here.
Just like every month, we've got a full slate of what's happening at Eastern Hancock with the athletic world out there. Lots of positive things going on. We're going to start with track and field. Our high school boys and our high school girls have had a good start to the season, but let's start today with the boys. I know we had a couple invites and we were champions of at least one of them.
Yeah. At least when we get to run track, there's been, as with a lot of springs, but this spring especially, there's been some hiccups with the weather. But when we've got to run, it's been good. Specifically, we both the boys and the girls. Let's start with the boys. They were champions at a small school invitational at Randolph Southern. I was at that one, and that was a rainy, cold morning, but at least we were able to win that. We had 4 different champions that day, so I want to talk about those kids. The 4x800 relay team of Will Huffman, Caden Sotelo, Skylar Schroep, and Daniel Campbell were champions. Skylar Sexton in the 300 hurdles. The 4x400 relay team of Skylar Schroep, Daniel Campbell, Caden Sotelo, and Blaze Sarber. And then in the long jump, Kyle Moore. So all those were champions that day. So we want to congratulate those young men.
Awesome, and then they've also participated in the Guerin Catholic Invitational.
Yeah, the Guerin Catholic Invitational is we've participated in a couple invitationals of bigger schools. Very early in the year, we participated in the Westfield Invitational. And my goodness, they have nice facilities. Tax base is a little higher there. And just recently, we participated in the Guerin Catholic Invite. We finished 4th. So good showing. I think there might have been 9 teams. So right there in the middle of the pack. I know we finished ahead of Chittard, who is a much bigger school than us. Want to congratulate Brady Stevens, who was first in the shot put. It's especially impressive of Brady. This is his first year running track, or I guess throwing for him. But was able to be first at the shot put against a good slate of competition. So they've done well. Tonight we have our own invitational. We'll host, I believe, 6 or 7 teams at Eastern Hancock for our own invitational. So we're looking forward to some success there as well.
Excellent. So did you tell Coach Schultz that when you were at Westfield, that if he starts winning sectionals, maybe this is what Eastern Hancock?
Yeah, that's right. If we, they have some nice facilities. So yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. And then before we move on to the girls, our middle school boys track team has been off to a great start as well.
Yes, they're undefeated. It's always fun to beat Greenfield. We beat them for the 2nd year in a row. Last year they were county champions, and kids have set several records. So really impressed with the boys middle school, and hopefully they continue on through the year and have a great season.
Well, I know last night there were 2 broken, and I know Cole Rainbolt broke the long jump record in the first meet.
Yes, Cole.
And then he broke, Zach Arnold broke the 200-meter record last night and held it for about 2 minutes until the second heat when Cole Rainbolt passed it by another half a second.
That's right. So, and then the 4x1 team, and then Jacob Spalding.
Do you know him?
I sometimes wish I didn't, but I do. He broke it in the 200 hurdles. So, and a lot of other great performances last night. So, boys as well as the girls middle school is doing very well.
Excellent. Well, we're going to move on to the girls track and field program now. The girls high school program has also had a good start to the season. Absolutely.
They were also champions of the Randolph Southern Small School Invitational. They've faced some injuries this year, but they've battled through that. But I want to point out some kids who are champions at the Small School Invitational. Hannah Gates in the 100 hurdles. Was champion Kayla Fancher in the 100-yard dash. The 4x1 relay team of Kayla Fancher, Allie Spalding, Lexi Lumen, and Chloe O'Neill. Chloe O'Neill was also champion of the 400-yard dash, or 400-meter dash.
You're showing your age.
Yes, I am. 4x400 relay team of Kayla Fancher, Lainey Effing, Hannah Gates, and Chloe O'Neill. And Allie Spalding in the long jump and Bailey Allen in the shot put. So all those were champions at the Small School Invitational.
Excellent. And then they also placed fourth in the Guerin Catholic
Yeah,
Invitational.
just like the boys, they were fourth. So in the Small School Invitational and the Guerin Catholic Invitational, they were identical in at least their placing. But do want to point out some kids who won. At Guerin, Taylor Stein in the girls 400 was champion, and then the girls 4x100 relay team of once again that same group that won the Small School Invitational of Fancher, Lumen, Spalding, and O'Neill. So great job by the girls at Guerin Catholic. Good competition. Where as with all individual sports, they don't have class, so they need to learn to compete against those if they want to advance on in the IHSA tournament.
Excellent, and it looks like here we had someone already break a record in the high school girls track, Chloe O'Neill.
Yes, at early in the year, we have kids who participate in various indoor meets, and you can qualify for state. Indoor state is what it's called. That takes place at IU. Well, we had several kids qualify. I believe we talked about it last show, but I don't know. I think we were going that week with our last show. But Chloe O'Neill at the indoor state, this was at IU, and that's at an indoor facility. She broke the long jump record of 17 feet and 1/2 inch. So congratulations to Chloe. Fortunately, Chloe, the girls are going to have to pick up because she was a big part of that track team. She has some injuries, going to be out the rest of the year, so she's one of those injured, but had some outstanding success in earlier, and hopefully she could get healed up quickly and will be ready to go next school season.
And as you mentioned with the boys tonight, they have the EH Invitational as well. Including that one, they have 3 meets remaining.
Yeah, both teams have 3 meets remaining. You've got our Invitational tonight on May, I believe it's May 8th is our conference. So we have conference coming up, and then finally we have the sectional. So we've got 3 meets remaining. Well, hopefully we have some advancing onto the regional as well, but we've got our invite, conference, and then IHSA tournament coming
up. And our
up.
Sectional is it Shelbyville, Warren?
I believe I'm girls. I'm pretty confident it's at Pendleton. I'm thinking the boys is at Mount Vernon, but maybe it's at Shelbyville. So I need to. We've got a couple weeks out for that. So.
Yeah, you better figure that out because we've had that happen in a basketball sectional before where the team didn't show up to the right school. So, and you won't ever live that down if that happens, I guarantee it. Well, we're going to take a quick break here on Royal Pride. When we come back, we're going to move out to the softball and baseball diamonds.
Hi everyone, I'm Matt, the Ninestar Energy Advisor. Today I'll be talking about your heating and cooling system.
Heating and cooling systems are the most expensive appliances to operate, so knowing how to operate them is important. Regular maintenance will help efficiency and prolong life expectancy. Make sure you have the right thermostat for your system. For example, heat pump systems must have a heat pump thermostat. You should service your system at least once a year. Make sure the air handler, elements, or burners are properly cleaned and change your filter regularly to optimize efficiency. A dirty filter pulls smaller and smaller particles out of the air, but if it gets too dirty, it can starve the system of airflow and damage equipment. On a heat pump system, keep the outside unit clear of debris. Air needs to be able to freely flow through the coil. Running the fan non-stop can improve air movement in the house, but it comes at a price. Pay close attention to the outside unit throughout the season to make sure it is running. Managing heating and cooling system costs is one of the most important things a homeowner can do to manage electric costs. A well-maintained and properly operating system will provide many years of comfort and reliability.
Thanks for watching this energy savings tip brought to you by your friends at Ninestar.
Welcome back to Royal Pride, and we're going to move out to the diamonds. We're going to go ladies first this segment. We're going to talk softball. I know they had a lot to replace from last year, but they've got off to a decent start to the season.
Yeah, they lost I think 3 seniors, but they were major contributors, especially at the plate. So they've had to fill some holes this year. Got a new coach and Coach Stevens, but they're doing a solid job. They're competing really well. Record right now 6-5. They had a win last night over Westdale, making them 2-0 in the conference. So off to a good start. Some of the leaders of their team, Micah Black, is kind of leading them at the plate. She's been a major contributor for several years in some of the really good teams that we've had. She is currently hitting .500. She has 3 home runs and 10 RBIs. Just to go back to the weather, I was looking at our our broadcast last year, and I believe we had played 6 more games at that time because of the weather, so we haven't played as many. But anyway, back to the performances. Some of our kids who have excelled, other leading hitters. Rachel Jessup doesn't have quite as many at bats. She's just a freshman, but is hitting .583. And then Faith Webster hitting .440, and our leader in stolen bases was 6, and then Paige Wickard also over .400 at .409. So got some kids stepping up, doing a good job for Coach Stevens. Pitching is pretty much intact from last year. Both Elise Bittinger and Jesse Potts have returned. They've had a real good week last week. Jesse pitched a no-hitter, I believe, against Morristown, and then Elise pitched the next night or night after the next game. She pitched a shutout versus Morristown. So really doing a nice job. They got another freshman pitcher who's looking promising, and Maddie Turner. She's dealing with a little bit of an injury, but our JV team has won a few games as well. We've for the first time in a few years, we've had a JV where it's scheduled, and she's done well for them. So, like I said, things looking good for the Royals on the softball diamond.
And hopefully we get a break in the weather so we can get some more spring events in.
Absolutely.
And you're not on the phone all the time canceling
Absolutely.
events. So we're going to move to the baseball diamond. They've had a little rougher start than the girls have, but they've been competing and working to get better, and hopefully by the time sectional rolls around, we'll be in a good position to compete for that.
Yeah, they got off to a little bit of a slow start. Part of that was due to the weather, and before spring break in late March, we had, I think, 3 games scheduled. We played none of those. Then we moved into spring break, so I think it's taken them a little bit of time just to kind of get back in the flow. But they've competed better lately. They're 3-7 right now, but I think, if my memory serves me correct, maybe won 2 of the last 3, and they the one they did lose was kind of a heartbreaker when they lost to Cowan in 9 innings. But they're now 1-1 in the MEC. They beat Blue River last night, so they're hopefully starting to come on, starting to gel. They're a senior-laden team, so we have confidence they're going to keep getting better. I want to point out some leaders on the team. 3 seniors are leading the way in hitting. Easton Fields is batting .393. AJ Meggie, .367. Jarrett Lewis, .333. And then we got sophomore Joey Starrett is hitting .320. So got 4 kids hitting over .300. Leading us on the mound is Andrew Knobloch. He has a .233 ERA at this point. He's been a good pitcher for us for several years. And I think part of their struggles is finding out that second and third pitching. There's new rules in the IHSA. They've tried to promote protecting kids in their arms. There are certain rules on when you can pitch and how much you can pitch and how many days rest. So especially when you start having to play a lot of games at one time, you really have to have a lot of pitching. It's not like softball where you can run the same person out there all the time. So a couple kids have stepped up. Addison True and Easton Fields both have wins. I'm not sure who was our winning pitcher last night. Peyton Wilkinson has a save, so they're trying to develop those other pitchers to help us support Andrew Knobloch.
Definitely the new rules, and I think somebody was saying they had 6 games or 5 games in 1 week, I think, between what was scheduled and
Yeah.
what conference games that have to be made up, I'm sure.
Right.
And those types of things, which with the new pitching rules makes it difficult. You probably have to go more than 2 or 3 pitchers deep to be
Oh
able to
yeah, you
compete every night.
probably to be successful at least on a consistent basis, you probably have to have 5, 6 pitchers to be able to spread it all out.
And that's harder to do than you might imagine.
Yes.
So, well, good luck to them as they continue to compete in their season. And I'm not sure their sectional, I think, happens. We'll be on again
it's
before
third
their
week of May,
sectional.
so I'm not sure what a date of our May thing, but that's generally the case for baseball.
We're going to move on to the tennis courts now, and we have the ladies that are out on the courts this time of year.
Yeah, this year the girls are very young. I believe we have 2 seniors, but just one competes at the varsity level, Kayla Huff. So we've got a lot of young kids. Chelsea McMahon has played 1 singles for us. She has a couple wins there. She's a sophomore. We have several other like freshmen, sophomores who are competing and right now just trying to get better. We did have some success in the conference. We finished 3rd ahead of Randolph Southern. So we're getting there. JV, some of those young kids are competing well. We're 500 at the JV level, so we've got a lot of got our middle school program is really developing. Those kids are starting to come up and come through the program. So it's going to take a little time, but I believe they're heading definitely in the right direction.
Excellent. And the last sport we're going to talk about today is our golf team. Our boys golf is out on the links. And I know from what I heard, there were more boys out there for the football team. Is that?
Yeah,
maybe not quite
they
that
have.
many,
Everybody likes Coach Metzger, but they have quite a few kids out there. But I'm excited. This past Tuesday, they went ahead and we were debating whether to have the golf match because of the wet weather on Tuesday. We decided, okay, we're going to go ahead and do it. Glad we did. We had our best score, and we competed against Blue River. I think beat them by like 40 strokes. We had our best score, and I don't know how long. I know it's probably the best one since I've been AD. We had a 173, and what that means, for those not familiar with golf, you have 5 varsity people participate, but you count the top 4 scores. But that particular day, we had all 5 of them 50 or under, and 4 of them, just want to highlight these kids because it was an outstanding round for us. Cody Lanning shot a 41. Lauren Matlock shot a 44. And those 2 kids, I believe Cody is a freshman, maybe a sophomore. Lauren is definitely a sophomore. So those are young kids. But then seniors Casey Smoke, Tyler Castle. Casey shot a 46. Tyler Castle shot a 48. So, like I said, for a 173, it's the best score we've had in a long time. So, congratulations. Hopefully, we can build on that. We've got a couple things coming up where we'll really be tested. We've got our county May 1st. So, that's coming up here. What is that, next Tuesday? And then we've got our conference match, our MEC conference, on May 12th. So a couple things to look forward for our golfers as they move forward.
And then one thing to highlight from the middle school boys golf, I believe we had a county champion.
Yes, thank you. Yes, John McDaniel at our county meet at Royal Highlands this past Saturday shot a 40. Which is outstanding. I don't think I ever shot a 40.
Maybe on the first 2 holes.
But he was the county champion, so congratulations. It's the first county champion I can remember us having at the middle school level, so congratulations to John.
Excellent. Well, we're going to take another quick break here on Royal Pride. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the other things that are happening out at Eastern Hancock.
A working mom, who brings her best to both roles. A community-owned telecom that connects her home with high-bandwidth fiber optic. Mom can work from home with fast, reliable connectivity and be there when the kids come home. When everyone logs on, the internet connections stay fast and the family stays connected. Ninestar Connect. Community-owned. Community strong.
Welcome back to Royal Pride. We're going to wrap up with this segment. First thing we're going to talk about as an athletic director, spring is probably the most challenging season. We were discussing off camera here how it's a compacted season, yet in the spring we always in Indiana have to deal with rain.
Right.
And well, this season we've dealt with snow more often than not, and those types of things. So how do people keep up to date?
Right.
With
Yeah.
what's going on?
It's a challenge in communication. I always say schedules in the spring are suggestions, not reality. So, but with that in mind, it's hard sometimes to keep up with. We're playing here, like for instance, our baseball game with Westdale got rained out on Monday. Well, that's a conference game, so that's pretty important. We have to make it up. And the best date that worked for us, that was a home game schedule for us. The best date that worked for us was Thursday. Unfortunately, we already had a middle school game playing on our diamond. So now we're going to Westdale to play that game tonight. So with that in mind, I want to help maybe the viewers know where to go to keep up on when we're playing. The first thing would be the schedules. A lot of our people like those pocket schedules. Problem is those are static. They don't change as the changes are happening. So I'd like to point them to a couple different places. If you go to our website, ehathletics.org, or you could go through the main school website and click on athletics. But you can go up to the top, and there's a place where it says schedules, and you can find the various sport that you're interested in, and you can click on that sport, and it's going to give you, that is live. And what I mean by that, it's up to the minute. When I make that change in our scheduling software, it's going to show up on that website. So that's one thing. There's also a place on the website or the app, which I'll talk about here in a minute, where you can go and you can see the whole monthly calendar. So if you want to see every sport going on, also, and those are up to the minute. And I mentioned the app earlier. If you go to the Google Play Store, you can type in EH Athletics and you can pick up the app and you can have it right there on your phone. So those are good ways to keep up to date in the spring. Another thing, that a couple things that you could keep when we make a cancellation or a change, we try to get it on our Twitter account. So follow us on Twitter at EH Royals. And then also any of those Twitter account, the announcements on Twitter go directly to our website, so you can go to the day and figure out what's canceled that day. If you're on a lot of times we'd rather you go to the website than call us, because a lot of times we're dealing with a lot of stuff there in the athletic office. So but that's just some ways for people who can try to keep up to date on the crazy weather. As you mentioned this year, I talked today, this is the first week this spring where we have not had snow at some point. So hopefully that holds true for the rest of the week.
Well, the good thing about the app, most people have a cell phone now, and they're a lot of times either iPhone or Droid, and that app does work for both of those.
Yes, it does. And once again, give a shout out to Joe Paxton, who does all that. He's great with it, and he spends a lot of time, and appreciate his work there.
If he ever leaves, we're in trouble.
Yes.
So the other great thing about the app is you can see the schedules for every sport.
Yes.
And you see the results from every sport.
Yep.
So if you miss a game, you can do that. And I know with baseball and softball, I'm not sure if they're live on Game Changer or not, but I think you can go back once it's uploaded and actually watch the game.
Oh, they can. I know that on Game Changer, which is just another app, you can follow the game live.
So they are live.
So they're live generally, because a lot of times that's the way I follow them. If I'm not there, I just follow them line on line.
So if it's ever not very good weather and you want to have a grandchild or a friend who's playing, and you'd like to at least follow along, you're able to do that too.
Absolutely.
Just by searching on Game Changer for their team, and just you can follow as a fan without being approved. Well, we have a new football coach.
Yep.
I know Coach O retired from coaching football a while back during the first semester. He ended his tenure with us at the end of December, at the end of the semester. He moved on to another opportunity, but we have a new football coach.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have in the fold Doug Armstrong. Has a wonderful track record even here in the county. Had some good success at New Pal, had some good success at Mount Vernon, and now he's moved over and went out east. So we're very thankful to have him. He also is working with our advanced PE classes. He started right after spring break, so he's up in the weight room. They've got workouts going right now. So we're excited for Coach Armstrong. Like I said, great, solid football coach. Great integrity, hard worker, no nonsense. So we're looking forward to him working with our athletes.
Excellent. And I know talking to Coach Schultz about some of the workouts that are already going on, he's excited. So looking forward to that. Before we move into, we've got some basketball stuff to talk about, but there's also an announcement. We have a youth track and field night coming up.
Yes, youth track and field night. Every year we've done this, for the past 5-6 years. It's been a fun night for our kids, our elementary kids, where on May 10th, they can come and be involved in our, it's a track meet. We give them exposure to your sprints, we call it distance, but it's a 400. But for when you're in the second grade, that's a long way around. Well, it's a long way around for me right now, too.
When you're my age, that's a long way around,
so then we expose them to throwing shot put, although we use either a softball or a very small shot put, and then the long jump, so some jumping. So fun time for the kids, get them exposed to track and field. A lot of times, in a lot of other sports, there's lots of opportunities, baseball, basketball, football, but there's not a lot of youth opportunities for track. So just give them exposed. It's a fun night for the kids. If you have interest in that, once again, it's May 10th. Contact Corey Rainbolt in the athletic office. She can give you more information. I believe online also there's a form you can get to get signed up there. Also, and speaking of announcements, I did want to mention Coach Armstrong, going back to football, is going to have a parent meeting on May 21st. I believe that's a Monday, if my memory serves me correct, in high school at the cafeteria at 7 p.m. So if you got an athlete who's going to be playing football, then you want to be at that meeting.
Excellent. Now, we've had some awards come out for basketball. Basketball season's been over for quite some time now, but we do have the awards starting to roll in. I think we're still waiting on a couple to be named. I think All-State and some of those, so we haven't seen the list for overall and those types of things. But I know AJ Meggie.
Yeah, AJ is an outstanding student. Believe he's still number one of his class. Don't quote me on that. But he was I just found out this past Friday, he was named first team academic All-State. So outstanding honor for AJ. He also was named second team All-County. So good honor for him there. Great job for AJ. And then also want to mention Addison True has had several honors come in for his outstanding career, but some of the things that he has been honored, he's was named Hancock County Player of the Year. It's a long list, or not a long list, there's about, I know in the past 19 years we've had 4 kids, I believe. It's Dustin Smith, Derek Harmon, Caleb Kennedy, and now Addison. So very honored list there to be part of. He was also named Small School All-State, and also picked to participate in the Hoosier game, which is at the Hoosier Gym in early June. He'll be doing that. Addison just committed to play basketball at Hanover, so hopefully he'll do a great job continuing his basketball career.
Excellent. I know he's looking forward to playing for Hanover and moving into that phase of his career. Well, that's going to be it for Royal Pride this month. We look forward to seeing you again next month, and thank you for being with us again, Coach and Athletic Director Aaron Spalding, and we will see you in May.